guys, and welcome back to the channel. And this is going to be episode 2 of Tech Hauls. So let's get started. And sorry for not uploading for the last week since we had a ton of homework. And without further ado, let's just get started. And so the first thing I'll start with is the phones. I found a ton of phones. I found like 10 phones. So I guess without further ado, let's just get started with the phones. This is phone number 1. It's a Microsoft Kin 2. And if you haven't heard of the Microsoft Kin, it is basically a catastrophic failure for Microsoft. So Microsoft spent over $1 billion developing these things, and basically no one bought them. And this product only lived for 30 days. So if you want to know more about this phone, it's a really cool story. I'll just link a video down below that you can watch about this phone. It's just a really weird and kind of sad story for this phone. So I found a ton of these phones. Like I found a ton of the Microsoft Kins. This one has a replacement back cover, and it works perfectly and has a ton of apps on it, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I guess that's all for this phone. It has a sliding keyboard, which is actually really mushy and pretty bad. But I guess it's a nice phone. It's really good for a collection. And yeah, I guess that's gonna be it for this phone. So the next phone I'll take a look at is this HTC. This is an HTC Pure. It's on AT&T, and it actually works perfectly. And one thing I noticed is that it's a really small phone. It's just super small. It has like a 2-inch touchscreen, and it's actually resistive, so it needs a stylus. And it's on already. I charged it up, and it just works perfectly. And yeah, you have to slide to unlock like the iPhones. And here's the UI. I kind of like it. It's super nice. I like the these things. It's kind of like widgets, but it's not really Android. And I just really like this phone. And you can also use a stylus. But I just like this phone. I'll be keeping it. I might even do like a retro review on this phone, since a cool thing is that this phone actually has Wi-Fi. But sadly, the internet browser is broken. And yeah, this phone has Wi-Fi. Here, AT&T Wi-Fi. But it's a really nice phone. I'll be keeping this one. The next phone is this phone. It's a Palm Treo, and sadly I don't have a charger that has this one. I wish I did. I might buy one. But like what I'm guessing is that this phone probably has a dead battery, since the battery is kind of bulging. If I take off the back cover here, the battery is just kind of bulging, as you can see. So I'm guessing this phone probably does not work. I might just order a charger just in case this phone does work. But I just probably won't order a charger, I'm not sure, since it's a really old phone. And it also came with this carrying case, which is really cool. The next phone is this Samsung. I don't have a charger for this one. It just uses like a really weird type of charging port that I don't have. It's a Samsung bar phone. It's like really thick. It's, I think, maybe twice the thickness of a modern iPhone, which is just really thick. It does not work. Or it probably does work, but I don't have a charger to test it. And I forgot a model number. It has a camera and a pretty cool phone. Next is this phone. This is an LG VX8000. It's a really cool phone. It has 2 freaking screens, which is just amazing. But sadly, I don't have a charger for this one. It came charged, so I'm just using the remaining battery. I have ordered a brand new charger for it. I have ordered a brand new charger for it. It's coming in a couple days. And it's just a really cool phone. I really like it. And this part is actually like a touchscreen. And it just feels really weird. And this phone was actually made back in, I think, 2010. Which is kind of old, but I just like this phone, so I ordered a charger for it. And it works perfect. It's a super nice phone. It's it might actually be one of my most unique phones in my collection. So I'll just turn it off for now, so I can conserve battery. And it just feels really solid. And this part is actually metal. It might seem like plastic, but it's actually metal. So just a really well built phone. Next phone is this thing. I need to put a battery inside it. Since some of these phones aren't charged. And yeah, I'll just let this one, if it's gonna turn on. Why isn't this thing turning on? Maybe it needs a back cover. Oh yeah, here it is. It's turning on. And here's a back cover for it. and it's on Verizon Wireless. And this is basically this phone, but it's just a different phone. And this phone is also on Verizon Wireless. So basically, yeah. Next is this phone. This is a red Microsoft Kin. I've never actually seen one of these, but I guess it's pretty cool. It's like a red Microsoft Kin. Oh, and this one is turning on. It has, the screen is kind of weird, and it has like, it's been like pushed in, I think. I'm not sure what that thing is. It's kind of like a blemish on the screen. But this one, it just feels kind of weird to slide, and just like, yeah, this one works, but it's on AT&T, as you can see. And yeah, this one works. It just like, so I'll just put a battery inside it and I'll try to test it. And this is probably maybe the worst phone I found. And probably the worst thing I did find is this thing, but I'll just get to this in a few minutes. And this one works. And here's this one. And this one's basically the same thing as this one, but it's just red. I'll just like plug in, not plug in, I'll just like put a battery inside this one, turn it on. If it's, yeah, here it is, it's turning on. And this one's actually on Vodafone, so it's an international model. And it's basically the same thing as this phone. And I just found a bunch of these type of phones. And then I found 2 of these Microsoft Kin ones. So one of them works, and one of them doesn't, and both the batteries are over here. So I'll just like take out the back cover. And sorry if it's kind of messy, since I just found a ton of phones. It's just kind of hard to like test every one of them, I guess. This one is dead, but it does work. And if I put another battery in it, I'm pretty sure this one is charged. Or not, it's not charged. But this phone works, and this phone does not show any signs of life. I think it might be water damaged. And this is a black one, and this is a green Kin. And these are both on Verizon. And yeah, so I'll just move on to this phone. This is actually, this thing is a screen. It has a broken ribbon cable. I have no idea where I got it, but I'll just probably throw this back next week. And a really cool thing I found is this thing. It's a Snapdragon mobile development platform. So this is actually like kind of a weird phone. I'm pretty sure like used for testing or something. Yeah, like it's probably like used for testing, and it has like some weird stuff on it. I think it's like a prototype phone for something, and it has just like goes into like a bunch of like numbers and stuff, and then like you have to press a button, and then it does that. And this never actually like turned on. It says entering flashing mode, and it like never turns on, which is just weird. I think it might be in an OS, but I have no idea how to flash it. And this is actually, I think it's like a Windows Phone mobile development platform. So I have no idea why my dad's office threw away one of these things, or how they even got one, but I guess it's kind of weird. I'll just do this, and I'll show you everything else I got. I got this battery. It's brand new, unopened. It's for Motorola. I think it's for the Motorola Q. It's for this phone I found. It's for these phones I found last week, so I have an extra battery, which is kind of nice. I found this off-brand LifeProof iPhone 6s case, or iPhone 6 case. It has a cell phone stand on it, just like a cheap waterproof case probably. It looks kind of like a LifeProof, but just not a LifeProof, and it's a waterproof case. And I did try it on my dad's iPhone 6s, and it's a pretty nice case. The next case I found is this really sketchy looking like battery pack case for the iPhone 6. Like both of these are iPhone 6 or 6s cases. It's a power case. It's like probably like one of the like a really cheap eBay cases, or maybe it's from China, I'm guessing. It works. It charges phones, I guess. And the only issue is that the plastic is broken on both sides, so I'm guessing someone didn't know how to take it off. And it's just like an off-brand Mophie juice pack, basically. So kind of nice, I guess. Good to have if I ever need a battery case for my iPhone 6. And the last things were this keyboard that I'll show you in a minute. And yeah, I'll just show you like all this in a minute in like greater detail. So yeah. So next find was this keyboard. It's an HP keyboard. It looks pretty new. I'm guessing it's probably like a brand new keyboard that someone threw away since they upgraded it, but it does work. It's a super nice keyboard. If you can see my screen over here. And it does work. And the lights work and everything. So it's just a keyboard, nothing too special, but I guess it's a good find. And the best find is probably this laptop. It's a Toshiba Tecra 8000. It was made in 1996, so it's like, I think 23 years old? Yeah, it's 23 years old. 23. And it works perfectly on Windows XP. It used to be on Windows 98, but I upgraded to Windows XP. And this is such a cool laptop. I really like this thing. It's just amazing. This laptop totally deserves its own video, and the video on this laptop is going to be coming out on Friday, so stay tuned for that. It's just a super old laptop, and I just think it's really cool for some reason. Yeah, just really cool. And this laptop did come with an little wireless card, which sadly did not work. I can't find the right drivers for it, but if I did find the right drivers, it probably would work. And this is just a really cool laptop. I really like this thing, and this laptop just deserves its own video, and it's going to be coming out pretty soon. So stay tuned for that, and for now, that's going to be all on this laptop. And the last find was this camera. This is a Canon EOS 20D. It works perfectly. It was made in like 2004, so it's like 10 years old, but it's a DSLR, and it came with this lens, which is a really nice lens. And I just like this camera. It's just a nice camera, basically. But the thing I really hate about it is that it's really old, number one, and can't really take video, so I can't use this as a main camera, which kind of sucks. And this camera does work. It came with a 1 GB card inside it. It's a compact flash card. And the only issue is that I don't have a reader for compact flash cards. I ordered one. It's coming soon. But I guess that's all for this camera. And I'll probably be making a video on this camera by itself. And it did come with a charger and 2 extra batteries. So, yeah. I guess that's gonna be it for this video. So thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe down below, and peace. And like, sorry the video quality and audio quality are kind of bad, since I am recording on the free camera that I got from the Target bin. So, yeah. And a couple more things I want to say. So thanks for 75 subscribers. It's just really cool that I got 75 subscribers so soon. I had 77, but for some reason it went down, which is just weird. But I guess thanks for 75 subs. It's been really fun making these videos. And when I get 100 subs, you're gonna see a really cool video that I've already filmed. It's a super cool video. And I'm not gonna give it away right now, but just trust me, it's cool. So I guess that's gonna be it, and peace.